Hey, what's up everyone? I hope you're all having a wonderful day or night. I hope you will enjoy today's video, so let's just get into it.
Girls think that they want to date a high value man until he starts calling you out for not taking responsibility, before he starts holding you accountable, before he has higher standards for you than you have for yourself. Everyone talks about, oh, date a high value man. This is what you do to have to attract a high value man. But I've never heard anyone talk about like actually dating a high value man takes a totally different kind of woman. It is not for the weak. I have other friends who are dating like very loving, very successful, perfectionist, ambitious men, and it is not for the weak.
No one said it's gonna be easy except for gold diggers selling gold digging courses to other naive women. And they don't care about any of that because they're getting paid. When you're talking about high value men, you mean rich men. And one could argue dating is in the state that it's in because you think only high value men will hold you accountable for your actions. A blue collar man will hold you accountable just as much, and that's the bigger shock to most of you.
The most vicious thing I've ever told an ex.
I told one of my exes, I pray you only have daughters and I pray they only meet men like you. He's had 2 kids so far with the woman that he didn't cheat on me with, are married. They're both daughters, so I'll report back in like 15 years.
You're still gonna stalk him for the next 15 years? You are living a busy life, aren't you? Moral of the story, he's happily married and he has 2 beautiful daughters. And I'm guessing he has you to thank for. That's fair enough, but that's him. How is your love life going?
This comment really gave me the ick, and I feel like I need to talk about it. Okay, so this was in response to my advice that women should not use dating apps because inherently dating apps are really not beneficial to women. And for me to explain properly, I want to take you back to a time before dating apps. So children, gather around the smartphones.
And brace yourself because she goes on for 8 more minutes. Nah, I'm kidding, I'm not putting you guys through that. Her response to a comment saying men don't approach women anymore is women should not use dating apps and they should meet men organically. That's how they're gonna meet the love of their life and they're gonna get married and live happily ever after. And I mean, sure, why not? But first of all, how? And second of all, that's coming from someone called the divorce guru. Am I the only one seeing the irony here?
What's the craziest thing you've done when you've had a crush on someone?
One time I worked with this guy and he was the cook and I was the food runner, and I would get off, go to Royal Farms, and he would stay and clean for like an hour and a half. But one day he just happened to get off early. Someone let him get off early and we both went to Royal Farms at the same time. So I got it in my head, oh my gosh, he goes to Royal Farms. And he also flirted with me that day. So I was like, okay, I have to be at Royal Farms anytime he's at Royal Farms, obviously. So I would get off work and sit in the parking lot every day that we worked together, waiting for him to pull up to Royal Farms. And then I would casually get out and be like, oh my God, I'm going to go get some chicken or some ice cream. And we would just like, look at each other, exchange looks. And yeah, I stalked him for a little bit, and now our 6 years is on Wednesday. Love you, bae.
Oh man, I'm so lost now. She stalked him for 6 years and she's still doing it, or she stalked him at the beginning and now they're together for 6 years. Picking from the two options, which one would you choose? To be stalked for 6 years, or to find out one day that your girlfriend or wife is in fact that crazy? Either way, I think I would sell my chainsaw if I had one, and obviously replace all my silverware with plastic.
Welcome to my TED Talk, where I'm about to rant and rave about dating apps. Specifically, I use Hinge. I've tried Tinder once, hated it, will never go back on again. I tried Bumble, but wasn't my vibe. So firstly, sometimes what people say, when they match you first and they can write like a little comment, that stuff baffles me. I really hard.
No wonder it takes you 3 minutes to say nothing. And yet we decided to make a TikTok about dating apps. Yeah, dating apps were created for people to hook up. You lunatics decided to go on dating apps and try to find love. And 10 years later, you're still shocked that people use them for hookups. Let's try to get you to the point you didn't even manage to make.
somebody write, and this isn't even the worst of it, this is just a TikTok save stuff, like someone wrote, come sit on daddy's lap. Like, I have never swiped so fast.
I really doubt you can do anything so fast. But yeah, like I've said, hookups.
As a female, I personally prefer like the man to message first. Like, I will just literally refuse to make the first move. It's not gonna happen. I get it. It's the 21st century. Be progressive. No, I don't want to be. I want to be a pretty princess.
Yeah, but you're really not. I'm guessing that was related to Bumble, because that was a great idea for a dating app, women messaging first, and this is related to the men she's looking for.
Full of Chads and Brads. And it's waiting for you to make the first move. Like, no, I will not. Like, I'll give you 7 days and then I'm going to unmatch. Because if you're really that interested...
Pretty obvious none of the Chads and Brads are interested. If they were, they would have sent you the first message.
Okay guys, I think it's finally time that I introduce you to my boyfriend. I've been keeping it a secret, but I think we're ready to go public. Babe, are you ready? April Fools!
A little late and even worse when you don't manage to fool anyone.
Okay, I just absolutely lost it on this guy that I just started seeing. And I need you to tell me if I'm in the wrong, because I feel horrible. Bro, it was bad. I've only known this guy for 3 weeks. When we met, I told him specifically that I wasn't looking for anything super serious or super long term. I said that I wouldn't catch feelings, and then here I am. I'm the worst for that. It's like, he knew that I wanted something casual, but like, bro, like we were literally hanging out like almost every day. Like, it's only been 3 weeks of knowing him, but I feel like I've known this man for literally months.
And this lovely young lady goes on for 7 more minutes. I never say this, but for this one you owe me a subscribe and a like. And yes, I know you didn't make me do this, I do this to myself, but I don't care. Find a video you like and click whatever buttons, even the dislike button, I just don't care. This was that painful to watch. Even more, as halfway through the video she forgot she was putting on makeup and she stopped. How are you gonna look like Puss in Boots and you're gonna complain about some guys hurting your fifis? Oh, but anyway, for some context, you've heard the beginning, she was trying some 304ing and didn't really work for her. And then she decided to spend one night at his house and she got really drunk because that's what she loves to do on dates. And then the guy got a phone call from some girl he didn't even knew, but she was interested in him, and this followed.
And he looks at me and he goes, well, what do you want me to say? I'm sorry, the guy you're with has some options. You got some competition. I lost it. Pack my things, put it in my bag. As I'm packing it, he's like, I don't care, leave.
Later on she decided to leave, but realized she was too drunk to leave, because Uber I guess is not an option where she lives. She goes back to the guy's place and 2 hours later they made up. And now she's just an option for some F-boy she told from the beginning she's not looking for anything serious. Moral of the story, if you can find one, 304ing is just not for everybody. Or maybe it is, I don't even know anymore.
Why is it always the most unfortunate men who hate on astrology? Like, am I supposed to be basing our compatibility on this? Honestly, your sign may be the only thing going for you.
I don't hate on astrology, I just think making your entire personality about your sign is stupid. And in all honesty, if my sign is the only thing going for me, I don't want it and I don't want you. And the reason I find it stupid is because last whatever retrograde women were dropping boyfriends because they were Aries. Can you really blame me for finding that stupid?
Here are some unpopular truths about women that they don't want to hear about themselves, but they absolutely need to know. All men aren't bad. Stop generalizing this just because you date men that don't value women. All guys aren't intimidated by you. They probably just don't want to date a bitch, so try being nicer. Being in your feminine doesn't mean that you only date guys that make at least $400K a year. Stop dating men solely based off their height and how much money they make, and you'll probably have better success. Value personality. Stop demanding that a guy pays for your nails, your makeup, and your hair extensions. They aren't vehicles just to pay for your hobbies, and men hate that stuff anyway. Men do want to spoil women though, but not one who is demanding and a mooch right away on the first date. Men require intimacy in a relationship, and if you aren't giving him that, then you definitely don't get the princess treatment. If you want something in a relationship, speak up and tell him. He's not a mind reader and you aren't as obvious as you think. He probably stopped texting you back because you're boring and you don't ask any questions and you just leave him on red for hours. It's not cute.
Does anyone actually understand Celsius? Like, even the people that use it, do you really know what's going on there? Because it makes no sense to me. Fahrenheit, 0 to 100. Cold is 0, 100 is hot. That's it. There's numbers in between. Celsius, how is 44 100 degrees? How is that low of a number 100 degrees? It just doesn't make sense. Like, really, truly, someone needs to explain this to me. Like, maybe I'm just stupid, but anytime someone uses Celsius, I'm just like, no.
No, I don't think you're stupid. You need 2 more levels to get to stupid. Even the ones using Celsius don't. Yeah, you're probably right. I know 0 is freezing and 100 is boiling. Other than that, how is 44 100? Yeah, you're right about that. I have no idea. That's why I don't try to turn Celsius into Fahrenheit. Anyway, another funny video I was planning for number 10, but as always, I still hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, I still appreciate you for making it this far. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe and I will see you in the next one.